Buying shitcoins is nihilism. My life is shit. I have no hope for the future. I'm gonna put 10,000 bucks in this thing. I don't care if it does nothing for the world. I don't care if it's vaporware. What I want is I'm either gonna sleep in a tent or I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini. Bitcoin is rational optimism. You're putting aside something for future you. You're saying, I have a future. I love myself. Things are gonna be better for me. I'm gonna have a family. I'm gonna claw my way out of this morass I find myself in. That's a revolutionary action, to actually love yourself and put aside money for your future.
There are lots of ways people have gotten scammed investing in crypto, and the resulting feeling is always the same, like someone pulled the rug out from under you. The scammers disappear or declare bankruptcy, and unsuspecting victims are left holding the proverbial bag full of worthless, take your pick.
It's been like 20,000 altcoins. Only 3 ever have had an all-time high in Bitcoin terms 3 or more years after their first all-time high, right? So they all trend down towards zero in Bitcoin terms.
They present themselves as just being a different way of doing decentralization than Bitcoin, when it's not. It's just they're riding Bitcoin's coattails, and they're riding the fact that most people don't quite understand what Bitcoin is and how it works.
In an uncertain regulatory environment and lawmakers barely able to keep up with the speed of this emerging technology, crypto is the Wild West, with modern-day snake oil salesmen and peddlers of all kinds of solutions in search of problems.
It's so archaic that we're like trusting humans to like set the monetary policy of anything. We have a programmatic monetary policy now. I feel like we have an internal combustion engine, and I'm watching people try and pull cars with horses still. And they think it's a great idea. They think they've made an innovation.
Bitcoiners who understand the unique technological innovation and properties of Bitcoin and why Bitcoin is not quote-unquote crypto, with their diamond hands and unshakable conviction, are known as Bitcoin maximalists. And even amid the FTX collapse, can sleep soundly with their keys locked away in cold storage. Many of them have at one point burned themselves on the altcoin stove.
The Bitcoin maximalist perspective is a particular view of money, which is that money is a social coordination thing. That's what it's all about, and you don't really need these other coins.
I'm unashamed to call myself a Bitcoin maxi. And yeah, I'm toxic. But is toxic even bad? You're in the jungle, right? You get bitten by a snake. What do you think cures that? It's anti-venom.
We are the white blood cells of the network. When external forces or an external virus of stupidity tries to come in and adjust it, we fight it off.
Crypto's latest monumental display of fraud is still unfolding as the fallout from FTX continues to ripple through the ecosystem. Among the wreckage, however, there have been small victories. Tales of Bitcoiners and others who were helped and saved from further disaster by the warnings of Good Samaritans. Legendary Bitcoin maxi Gigi, who has contributed so much knowledge and insight to the space, made his latest contribution with a simple hashtag, #ThankAMaxi. A flood of replies rolled in as multitudes of thankful Bitcoiners called out their favorite maxis who helped them understand and not get wrecked by the Ponzis and casinos that make up the world of crypto. We thank those who remain committed to spreading the word of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is a new type of money that kind of takes us into a different world.
I think Bitcoin is the most important innovation to money in 1,000 years.
It's basically faster than gold, but more auditable and harder than fiat.
Even though you never understood it when you first looked at Bitcoin, the first thing you do is wonder why everybody else can't see it.
You go from zero state, not being able to see anything, not being able to understand Bitcoin at any level, and thinking that all these other people are crazy, to some amount of work and connecting that with some experience, some thought process that you have, you turn on and says, maybe there's something here. Maybe these people aren't all crazy.
Bitcoin maxis come from all kinds of backgrounds, various industries, and from all over the world. But it took intellectual humility and curiosity to understand first why fiat is broken, and then how crypto is largely just a recreation of the current system based on trust, tokenized money printing, and manipulation.
I'm in Bitcoin very simply because I don't trust the fiat Ponzi. And there's no other coin or token out there that is truly decentralized that can give me the comfort that I get from owning Bitcoin. So there's Bitcoin and then there's shitcoins, okay? Act accordingly.
To those who called out scammers before the recent rug pulls, Bitcoiners, thank you.
I just think about my DMs from the last couple of months, and the one that shows up the most often boils down to, gosh, I really thought you were mean 2 months ago, but man, thank you. Because at least the meanness and the directness of my posts about Do Kwon and Luna, and then Mashinsky and Celsius were enough to break through the clutter.
To those saving people's hard-earned time and money from people who would seek to cheat them out of the fruits of their labor year after year, Bitcoiners, thank you.
And if you go to Africa right now and ask somebody about Bitcoin, a lot of them just say, I tried that 4 years ago, I got screwed over on all these altcoins or whatever. That's tragic to me because altcoins have been conflated with Bitcoin. And to them, it's all a scam because they went through this bubble in 2017. So in a sense, it's like the inverse Robin Hood. Let's steal from the poor and give it to the rich.
And for offering their time, wisdom, and energy freely, generously, and sometimes firmly, Bitcoiners, thank you.
When you look at all of the buzzwords that the Ethereum and other altcoin marketing people like to use, if you want to wonder really why we come to this kind of aggression, is because we've heard all of this. I've had all of these hucksters come to me for years.
One thing many Bitcoiners believe is tough love is real love, especially when it comes to teaching about the first meritocratic money, Bitcoin.
When you're believing a shitcoin sales pitch, there's no one gonna step in and save you. You gotta step in and save you. Buying shitcoins is nihilism. You're just going like, my life is shit, everything around me is shit, I have no hope for the future, I'm gonna put 10,000 bucks in this thing, and maybe it's gonna 1000x in the next 2 months. I don't care if it's an absolute piece of shit, I don't care if it does nothing for the world, I don't care if it's vaporware. What I want is I'm either gonna sleep in a tent or I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini. That's what I'm gonna do. That's nihilism, that's fatalistic. Bitcoin is rational optimism. You're putting aside something for future you. You're saying, I have a future, I love myself, things are gonna be better for me. I'm gonna have a family, I'm gonna claw my way out of this morass I find myself in. That's a revolutionary action, to actually love yourself and to actually do the right thing for yourself and put aside money for your future. So hodling starts with self-love, all right? You gotta love yourself.
Bitcoin, not crypto. That's the lesson.